Hey guys, I'm Blossom.
And I'm Dave. Welcome back to the Rude Customers Podcast.
Welcome.
Indeed. Another week, another Dave and Blossom. I mean, it's the same Dave and Blossom, but you know what I mean.
And rude customers.
And, yes, most importantly, rude customers. Today is a little bit of a different show.
Why is that?
Because we're going back. We're delving back into our history.
Oh, we're following up. Yes. We are following up on... We will link, if you're watching this on YouTube, we will link... well, let me tell you what we're talking about first. So we're talking about Brittany Pietsch. If you don't know who she is, she got famous on TikTok for recording her getting laid off or fired. And the reason why this blew up is because they were like, oh, we haven't... She got it was by the company Cloudflare, is it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and so she recorded herself getting laid off. She knew it was going to happen. This was via Zoom. She's already heard that a lot of her coworkers were getting axed that day, so she knew she was next. And they were like, oh, you haven't done any sales in such and such amount of months, and you haven't done this, so we have to lay you off. And she's like, well, I've done everything that I could have possibly done. And she received, after this layoff, which was back and forth for quite some time, she then received so much backlash, support as well, but received, usually when a viral video happens, you're either going to receive a lot of backlash or with a lot of support. But she did receive a lot of backlash because she recorded herself getting laid off, and people were like, how are you going to ever find another job?
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, I'm like, please tag me in here, because my God, no. I saw a little bit different. I saw a manipulative person that got the tip off she got the tip off all right, that she was getting fired, and decided, how can I exploit this? So what she did was she got fired up when got it on video and continued to ask circular question after circular question to these people who were trying to do their job. Whether or not you agree that they should be firing people en masse or the way they're doing it, doesn't matter.
I didn't agree with it.
Those people were trying to do sometimes in a job and that big, you got to do those mass firings like that. And basically, they gave her a brush off arbitrary answer as to why she was being fired, because the reality is it was a seniority fire. And she was a seasonal hire that if I remember the story correctly, she was a seasonal hire that hung on a little bit longer, and she just simply wasn't there long enough. So she got axed. She took it personally, and I think she didn't look good personally. I really didn't. I didn't like the way she looked during it, because they answered her question the best that they could. They had no more answers for her.
I just remember
none.
When we reacted to the video, mind you, I'll leave, if you want to go watch our reaction to that, I'll leave a link in the description box below if you're watching us on YouTube. But I initially remembered me disagreeing with you because as she was getting fired, and they fired so many people that day, you were like, oh, I feel sorry for HR. They have to do all this firing. I was like, what?
Yeah, I did. I felt a little bit bad for them because they have to do this job. That's their way of making money. You think they want to fire people? No, it's part of the job. So they're doing this the best that they can. They got to get through them, because no matter what is said, it's not going to change the outcome. And they got more they have to do. So in that regard, I did feel bad for him a little bit, because this girl's acting like a little bit of a brat. And here's why I can say it definitively now, because what I told her and what the most of the internet told her, this is going to affect you. Well, now it's affecting you. And what's great is I get to clap about it. Because I don't feel bad for her.
So
I feel vindicated.
Initially,
I feel justified.
When this happened, ooh, do not, if this drink spills on me.
I know. This thing is just, I'm hitting everything. I was going to blame everything around me, but it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
What was I going to say? Damn it. You even forgot what I was going to say.
Something about her.
Oh, in the beginning, when this first happened, she was actually receiving like a lot of sponsorships. People were sending her stuff. Like things were going all right.
But I felt that was also because there was a couple different videos going out. I think that, like, I believe sponsors, and I could be wrong on this. Maybe I am. I think sponsors jump on people quicker than they should. I don't think people get vetted. I think that's why they don't get vetted as well as they should. The internet celebrity is different than the mainstream celebrity. It's fleeting. It's like a
that's not but I think it's strategic because I don't think it has anything to do with. It's strategic and they know what they're doing even when they are jumping on it too soon, because all they care about is how many numbers is looking at this person right now. That many numbers. Let's give this person. Yeah, let's give this person our product now, and then we'll ask for forgiveness, basically. Right. So that's how I feel what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose.
Yes, because 100%. It's because these people, all of us, we're fleeting. We're not, unless we cross over, unless we get big enough to where we have leverage, create our own thing, whatever. We're all fleeting. We're here to make money. We are here to pump a little bit of sense into the algorithm for YouTube and the other monetization platforms. That's what we're here to do. We're the lower working class of the internet. But every so often we get to that 1,000, 2,000, 3, 5, 10, whatever it is, enough for sponsors to start caring, and they're throwing decent money around because it's recyclable. It's recyclable. And a lot of these people, you know that you can rehab an image nowadays as long as they're not doing something really reprehensible. But this girl, I just didn't like the way she set it up. I didn't like the way it just came off. I felt there was better ways to make the point she was trying to make than just, I hate when people waste other
Even though
time.
It's legal, I didn't like the fact that she was recording them without them knowing. But I think that's also one big thing that it's probably legal, obviously, but that was a throw off a little bit. But either way, now
there's better ways to handle it. Better ways to handle it, I feel. Way better than in that moment, because that wasn't the forum for it. And they told her. I
just feel like if a job doesn't want me, I'm not going to beg you for it. Actually, this weekend I quit my job.
Yeah.
One of my jobs, my main job that's really good, I still have.
Yeah, that is. It was the one who gave her pamphlets at the
the different type of customers. Yes. Shocker, it was that one.
It was that one. It was the ones that wanted her to refer to patients as customers.
Yes.
The ones we talked about.
In a hospital setting, by the way.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
But that's all we'll say for now.
Anyways, let's watch this. So
yeah, there's a follow-up. So all that precursor and all the craziness that happened with it, because there was a lot. Now we do have this new situation where it does seem to have bit her in the keister a little bit.
Yeah, so
and she's crying about it.
Yeah, we have a new video of hers where she recently posted and she is crying and it says update. So let's watch this update.
Her tears are going to be sweet.
Stop it.
I know.
Don't be rude.
I'm being mean, not rude.
You're being a rude customer.
She deserves it.
Hey. Tears are from constant rejection. I don't know if I can keep going. I have had so many incredibly promising opportunities come my way over the last month. And absolutely none of them have worked out. I have prepared so many presentations, demos, discovery calls. And it all comes down to I wasn't able to click on the right thing in the demo, or someone else has more experience than me. And I just can't keep going. More than anything, I want to be in a sales role and I want to thrive and succeed.
Would you like to first?
Yeah.
You like to go first?
I think what's happening is that these companies that are the person who initially interviews her, they're like, yeah, okay, cool. But then I think whoever makes the final decision here says no. But I think they can't tell her no or she'll do something like this. So I think they have to say no in creative ways.
This is exactly what the other company did. It's exactly what I pointed out back. They didn't have a great reason for letting her go. So they gave her, some shit. They just gave her some lines. And she made us think about it. And she's doing the exact same thing again. It's because, here's the thing. I'm going to be as nice as I can say this. She has a weak mentality when it comes to rejection, when it comes to failure. Bosses, people in charge of her, other companies hiring people, they've picked up on this. They see it, and they have to treat her differently because of it. And it ultimately leads to her not getting jobs. I want to know what clicking on the wrong thing means. It's like, that's not good. Sales may not be for you.
Don't say that.
No, I'm true. No. Listen, this world is brutal. And one of the lies that we get told when we're younger is you can do anything you want. That's true to a degree, but it's not 100% true. And a lot of people, unless you're passionate about something, and who's really passionate about online sales? Like, I'm trying not to be disrespectful because I'm sure there's a few, but it's not the norm is my point. So if you're not in a passion-based industry, find one. Find something that makes you want to. And if you can't find something, get into something that's less taxing. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Drive truck. There's so much money in driving truck right now. There's so much ways to make money if you want to. I'm just saying, you can't fit a square peg in a circle hole sometimes.
I'm not into telling someone to grieve a career and move on when they're still living in this world and if they want to do it.
Sure.
I'm not into telling someone they can't do something just because they've tried, because for all we know, this is part of the equation for her to succeed into sales. We don't know that. You've heard so many times that people say failure, and then finally
you
I got that
fail
yes.
To win. You got to lose to win.
Part
100%.
of it. So we don't know if this is part of her yes.
You could be right on that. That's not the part. Her rejection, she could have been rejected one time or 1,000 times in this period. That is not what I'm commenting on. It's this video. It's this mindset. This is loser mindset. She's talking about giving up. She's trying to garner sympathy. She's one of those people who has to put her lowest moments on so people en masse will hit that like button and lift her up. She doesn't have that self-esteem button inside of her. She has to get it injected through that like button on TikTok. That's how she seems to operate. If she didn't, she would do what the rest of us does. She'd keep putting in resumes. She'd cry privately. She'd cry to the person that she loves, and she keeps it moving. And you put your celebratory on the internet. Because you only put this on here if you want to either garner sympathy or garner trolls. We know how it is on the internet now. This is a bad way. And now it's more fodder for hiring people, HR people, all the people that you don't want seeing this stuff. She's already on the alert.
I think
put your head down and grind if you want it.
There's an advantage and disadvantage here. I feel like the advantage is she probably got really desperate and was like, well, if someone sees this, they'll hire me. And the other disadvantage, that's the advantage.
That already happened, and it didn't work out.
Right. And now the disadvantage is, now you have more people questioning why won't they hire you.
But see, what she doesn't get, and what I'm understanding is this is the reason. This is it. It's her emotional instability. That's what seems
like,
to
what
be.
if something happens at the company? Are you going to now go on TikTok? And unless you have them sign but even then,
she won't.
If she doesn't sign the non-disclosure agreement, if she doesn't sign the non-disclosure agreement, then is she going to go on TikTok and be like, this company had me try to sign it? So.
Yep, she certainly will. And it was never ever even about how or the motivation. It's the fact that she did it. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you can't justify the action. If a boss doesn't want to take that for exactly what she said, if anyone who's hiring somebody doesn't want to take that risk, who am I to tell them that they are wrong for thinking that? Because I'm protecting my business. I'm protecting my money. And this emotional lady is a liability. I wish her the best. You know what I think she should do? I'm not even being funny. Get into acting. Dig deeper. I'm serious. Lean on your emotions. See if you have the chops. I'm dead serious. You already have a presence online. Do what Haktua Girl's doing. Find a way to turn that into, because what she gets and what a lot of these internet memes and viral people don't get is it's just about those numbers.
Right.
It doesn't, your ego
Look what
doesn't matter.
Bad Baby did.
Oh my God, that's the greatest example because she is one of the worst human beings to ever live. And somehow she just keeps failing upwards.
$52 million on OF. 52.
Yeah. And she just got, well, what's the term I have to use? DV?
Yeah.
DV.
And went back to her.
And went back to him publicly. And everyone, not my lawn. Not my pig, not my farm.
But to bring it back here,
but no, it's a good point. It's,
capitalized off of her strengths and tried to utilize that into converting it into money.
Yep.
And so I think with Brittany Pietsch, I think she should have done a lot of TikTok. Well, she couldn't handle it in the beginning, as I recall.
That seems to be the case.
But I really wish she would have gotten over that and got on TikTok Live like every single day. Every single day.
She's
TikTok
pretty.
Live.
She's pretty. She can talk. I mean, she could make a run at this, and but she's got to be able to eat it. And that's the problem. I think that's why, like, if you can't take, she doesn't seem someone who can take criticism. That's why they have to kind of string her along and, like, put her through the extra long hiring process. It's sad. It sucks. But she ain't taking rejection well. And I do feel for her. I'm not trying to be heartless with it. That's all I wanted to find what works for her. Square peg, circle hole, all that type of stuff. Everybody has something they're meant to do. Yeah. And sometimes it takes a long time to find it. But it's not about the actions in our life. It's how we respond to them. We can't control what happens to us a lot of times, but we can control how we react. And she's done a very poor job, including this video. And it makes me sad. I wanted to learn. I wanted to be better.
All right, let's continue watching.
Let's continue on.
And no company is giving me a chance. And I just have to believe it's really because of the TikTok video that I posted. There were so many comments of people saying, oh, no one will ever hire her. She doesn't even know. But all those comments were completely outweighed by everyone telling me that they would hire me in a heartbeat. But when it comes down to it, I don't think companies want to take that risk. And I'm the only one suffering and paying the price for that. So I think maybe God is just telling me that this isn't my path. And I'm just not meant to be in the corporate world. I don't know. So consider this my official declaration of trying to make a career and make money in other ways, which includes 100% being my own boss, so I never have to worry about this ever again, because this shit is not for the weak. I've always believed in being outspoken and standing up for what you believe in. I just didn't realize it was going to come with this hefty of a price. If anyone has any ideas or advice on starting your own business or something, I don't know, I would appreciate any help. I've also just not been posting on TikTok because I've been scared that that would prevent me from getting a job. So I've been missing out on months of income to pay for my rent or help pay for my rent, and I am now really struggling with money. So fuck it. I will keep posting and sharing and doing what my heart calls to do.
She agreed with me. She almost said exactly what I said.
Honestly, though, I feel played. I feel like some of this was performative. Some of this was... So now I'm going to start my own business. And, doing what you guys always been telling me to do. And just start my own business. And, yeah. I feel a little bit played. Like
she
this
played
was...
the audience, too. Yeah. She played the audience.
Just say you would start your own business. Let's just do that.
It was... So many people told me the truth, but then there were so many that and sister, it was not outweighed. There were way more people telling me this was going to hurt you than there were supporting you. You may have only saw what you wanted to see, but girly, you got told.
To be fair, I feel like I could walk into a sales job now and no one would know who Brittany Pietsch is. You know what what I mean?
No, but I think that was more true. But a place like, she's doing these almost techie companies like Cloudflare. They're going to research her. And unfortunately, too, she has a very memorable name. So it's like, I think as soon as you said Brittany Pietsch, I knew. I was like, oh, wait, something not good. It's like, that's not, I remember just going rotten flavor to that peach. No good. So I think that could be as simple as that, but we also live in the world now where people they research so much more. And it's so competitive. They have to eliminate you. God, it's sad. They have to eliminate you in just these vicious reasons. And that's why ultimately, like, we've had all these great years of social media and our personal accounts, but it ain't working out, folks.
Nat.
Yeah, well, we got sweet.
Nat, can you nat it
What do you
away?
Get away, nuts! I don't know. What do you want me to do? Kill it? I would never hurt a gnat. I'm a gentleman. That is the world we live in, though, now. It's all the things that people will assure to say, wait, they're not going to use stuff against you that you just post. Well, in England, they're arresting you for things that you post. So you just... I don't know anymore, guys. You have to really, really be mindful of your online presence more than ever before. Or fully accept the consequences and don't make videos like this. Because I have no problem with what she did as long as she doesn't do this. If you don't complain about it, I'm an absolutist when it comes to personal accountability. If you accept your shit, I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. I'm not even going to criticize you.
I felt... Which is why when I quit my job this weekend, which was hard to do, but I felt like I was going to be participating in a crime if I continued working there.
Right.
And so, because there was just so many illegal things that I witnessed, I'm not even going to get into great detail.
For the sake of argument, just call it sketchy. You know, it was so sketched out, like so many things.
It was
I wish
so
we could
many
talk
things
about it.
to where I don't want to jeopardize me losing a license, or you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for me to lose anything.
It's in that field, it's the most unprofessional behavior I have ever heard of.
Yeah, I called Dave crying.
It was hard.
Yeah.
If you've ever had your woman call you or your partner call you, you know, like,
you don't even be crying like that.
No, she's not like that.
I don't cry.
She's not like that. So, like, no, it breaks you. Yeah. It's rough. And no. She made the right call. Very proud of you. Stood on business that day, as the kids say.
No, not even about that. It's about, you were talking about accountability, and I'm not trying to be part of that.
No.
So when that ship sinks, that whole place sinks, I'm not going to be a part of that.
I
was off.
That ship. You got on that first lifeboat. You believe the iceberg.
You pretty much.
You're lined up. No, yep. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
It was just a bump. No, I'm good. Let me off.
You know, like, side note, when the Titanic did drown or sink, it was like a little part of the newspaper, but a big part of the headlines was all the jewels. Yeah. Insane.
I know I've told you a little bit about my love affair of Titanic when I was a kid. I got to meet Dr. Robert Ballard when I was a child. I grew up in Las Vegas. I got a lot of really cool things because of that, and I always just was into everything. I wrote an essay and got to meet Dr. Robert Ballard, which was like still one of the coolest things ever. I love Titanic. I love the boat. I love the movie. I love everything about it. Just Titanic, I was obsessed with. That's why we still see things like last year with the submersible that exploded.
They're still Ocean Gate.
I know they're going down. Good.
Okay, let's move on.
I can't believe they're going down again.
Have fun.
They're going down
again.
Have
lots of fun. But you know what? Look at it this way. One, I feel sorry for their family and friends. But two, at least if anything happens, it'll be very quick.
You know what was my favorite part of that whole thing last year was James Cameron coming on television every day and being the ultimate bum out. James Cameron was just the only person who was coming on the news and telling everybody the truth. They're dead.
Yeah.
They're dead. They died quick. They may have suffered. They're dead. Those knocks, they're dead. Don't, guys, trust me. And if you're going to listen to anybody, you're going to listen to James Cameron. Why? Because he's best friggin' friends with Dr. Robert Ballard. He probably was in that room that day, now that I think about it. Because it was part of the Titanic experience, so he was probably there. But I didn't care about him. I cared about Robert Ballard. That dude found the Lusitania. But I digress. It's just that story. I mean, like, the unsinkable Molly Brown. There's like all these people, these figures that came from that, and the people who died and perished. We still tell stories and still look into some of the people from time to time. Like, there was some cool stuff that happened. It was a interesting time. But now when you look, you want to blow your mind.
What?
Look at a picture of Titanic, but then look at have that in the foreground, because there's already pictures that do this, and then have the new super yachts behind it. How much bigger the boats of today are than what Titanic, which was the largest ship of its time.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how much bigger the boats are than what Titanic was. Titanic was actually small comparatively now.
But I mean, I just and till this day, the Rose and Jack story has always. I could sit and watch. I know you wouldn't watch it with me, but I could sit and watch that 4-hour movie.
Why do you think I would not watch Titanic?
Because you don't like sitting and watching 4-hour movies with me.
Well, that's not true. I'll watch a good 4-hour movie with you. We watch 4 or 5 TV shows in a row. We do 4, 5, 6
and you don't
blocks.
sit
I
strictly
gotta get
to
up
watch
and do some stuff sometimes.
with me, so
I do. No, she doesn't like to. Sometimes I'll watch from another angle. I go from this chair to that chair. I have to be in this chair.
he's not sitting watching it with me. He sits over there.
I'm doing something recreational, really quick to improve my medical condition.
Anyways,
But I'll watch.
You'll watch Titanic with
I
me?
love Titanic. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I'll watch it.
Near, far, wherever you are. Yeah, I love Titanic. I went and saw Titanic like 6 times in the theaters. I was bumming people out.
Oh my God, our age gap. I was in 2nd grade.
I almost got into a fight because, tell me if I did something wrong. Tell me if I did something
How
wrong.
old was I?
I was like 14, something like that. I would go into the theater after, and I would go, the boat sinks and everyone dies. And people get mad. It's Titanic. What do you think happened?
I mean, why would you do that?
Because it's the Titanic. That's like going
I know,
into the
but-
Passion of the Christ and saying Jesus gets nailed to the
Because
cross.
then you're telling them that Rose and Jack died.
No, but that's not even true. Well, I guess it ends up being true because she ends up dying. Spoilers, because she's old. And she murdered Jack anyway. I have no sympathy. You have to deal with some of my commentary on
There was enough. No, I agree with
She could've
everybody.
saved it.
There
She
was
could've done a
enough
little bit
room
more.
for on that thing for both of them.
She definitely could have done a little bit more. But one thing, though, I will say what they did narratively, he was if you watch him, he was stabilizing the door. He was keeping it stable. So
Yeah.
there was purpose.
Oh, but
Billy
in real
Zane's so
life,
good at
in real life, though, I remember reading this in 3rd grade, and that's when I started getting interested into what is alcohol. In 3rd grade, we were able to look at real news articles at the time. That's where I found the Jules one, where the Titanic was like a little piece in the corner. Oh, and so many people died. The ship died, but the jewels are gone. And another thing that I read was a man that had like so much. I don't know what the alcohol level was in his system, but it was so high that his body was able to survive the cold waters until someone came. And I said, God damn,
It's crazy too.
what
because,
is alcohol?
Well, it thins out your blood like a mother trucker.
Yeah.
Like there, so that's a great. I've heard that story before. It's been articulated perfectly on screen one time that I can remember. It was in a show. I can't believe I'm even talking about deep cut. There's a show called Rescue Me with Dennis Leary, and he was a scumbag. He did a whole bunch of stuff, pissed a bunch of people off. Anyway, they're all drunks. So at the end, in this one scene, this guy makes him drink a whole bunch in a row. Bam, 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 shooting these big, 4 fingers, big shots. Bam, bam, bam. Makes him drink like 7. Then he shoots him. And he shoots him right in the gut. He goes, now, because I'm going to teach you a little bit something about anatomy, your blood is so thin right now that it's going to take you about 47 hours for you to die. And we're all going to sit here and drink and watch it while it happens. I'm like, oh, some cold-blooded stuff. But it's true. It's literally cold-blooded. Get it? But yeah, you thin out your blood. You can survive that way. And especially when you combine it with ice and cold. I believe cryogenics is real.
Yeah,
I think you bring someone back.
I couldn't believe that the one, that's pretty cool because I've never seen that being used before in television.
The Buffalo football player in real life. The couple of years ago, he got hurt on the field. They
was he drunk?
No, he got helmet to helmet contact, like broke his spinal column.
Yeah.
And they surrounded him in like that quick freeze ice and slowed his body temperature down, slowed his heart rate, thinned out his blood essentially, and were able to like save his life, and he can walk again. He's playing football again. So, but please continue what you were saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't remember what
about about not being on TV, about being shown on TV.
Oh, no, yeah, I can't believe. Okay, that's good that now that's being more played out on television because I thought that was the coolest thing to learn. That's when I started getting into. I don't want to be like. That's when I started getting into alcohol in third grade.
When I got started getting into alcohol.
But that's when I was like, oh, like what is this all about? But speaking of alcohol, real quick, we're serious. At least I'm serious.
I'm dead serious. I'm trying.
We are trying to like create like an alcohol.
We're gonna have a brand one
day. And so we've been playing in the kitchen and we've been having fun. Granted, what we're drinking today is the margarita.
Just a little mango Rita. It's a nice little thing.
No, it's watermelon. Yeah. Hello.
Oh, yeah, excuse me.
I mean, do you not taste? He had to look. Do you not taste the watermelon?
I thought it was watermelon and mango.
No. What part of mango do you even taste in this drink? Anyways, I assume that's just because we've been making a lot of other drinks, but either way, one day we are going to have the perfect drink to where, excuse me, I am all for the skinny drinks out here in these streets, the 100-calorie drinks. Here for it. I'm glad that it's here to stay. However, that's not the drink that we want to make.
No.
We want to make something where you are getting...
Yes. Okay. It's something that makes the day worth it. Because here's the reality. If you don't walk enough during the day to absorb one drink of the calories, walk some more. I don't want to hear these frou-frou 100-calorie drinks. Well, you got to drink 7 of them and barely get the buzz that one big boy, big girl drink would make. Come on. We got to show you how to do it.
Our slogan's going to be like responsibly dangerous. Like we can't just say dangerous, responsibly dangerous.
Responsibly reckless.
Yes,
I love alliteration.
Yes.
We got to find some alliteration there. Responsibly reckless. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's about all we got this week, huh?
I know it's been not this week. Today.
Today. Yeah, today. We're not a weekly episode yet. Don't worry, we're not.
I know life has been it's been really crazy.
It might get crazier.
With the job thing, but then things are going really well at the good job that I'm working, so it's all planning out. It just sucks because, having 2 jobs, we're planning a wedding and stuff, so now we have to take into account the finances with that.
We have some other stuff going on in life. May have to reconsider some living situations. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on.
It's a lot. And like, I think this week I've cried more tears than I've had in a year, to be honest with you. This week has been a depressing week. I have not wanted to do anything, get out of bed or anything, honestly, except go to work and go to class. Classes also start this week.
The bare min.
So, I've been wanting to do the bare min, and I'm hoping that things get better. But what I do enjoy, or what we do enjoy, is this. So I'm like, you know what, let's do this.
Yeah, we're never going to stop doing our show. Because reasons is the best way to fight any sort of the blues, depression, or any of those things is have reasons to do stuff. And we enjoy doing this so much with each other.
And by the way, Mommy, if you're listening to this, no, cleaning the room did not work. I still feel like shit.
I told her the same thing, though. I think it does help to clean and feel better. Get a win. I'm the W snowballer. I think if you just start piling dubs, build that W
Dave
snowball.
Will think, don't ever go to Dave if you're depressed. Don't ever do it.
And if you want to stay depressed,
because he'll be like, you just got to get back up out there and do it. Like, dude.
Well, let's find the way to get you remotivated, because I'm I will be the first person to crawl right back into bed. Like, that's why I ain't been doing my own streams and stuff, because I'm finding my own way to become a procrastinator. But the reality is, you got to find those little things to get you up. Well, that's why they say exercise is the best thing to do when you're depressed. Because it gets, it unlocks the endorphins, dopamine, all those types of things in your brain.
I do like
gives you the dubs.
But I also love, so when I'm depressed though, there's one thing I do love is I love to go to work. I love to, for some reason, there's something about being at work and keeping my mind off the issue.
Well, you're being productive. Forced productivity.
And getting paid. You know what I mean?
Helps too.
Like, so yeah, that does help. And so that's what I love doing when I feel down. So I'm actually looking forward to going to work. But
today's been pretty good so far. It hasn't been too bad of a day.
Yeah, I slept all day today because I work overnights.
Yeah. I had to go into work for a little bit. I had to run into work and
he goes to work on his day off, and I will never understand.
I got called for this one. One of my buddies was like, "Hey, I'm at the shop. I want to buy some cards." I'm like, "Okay, I'll be right down." He goes, "You don't got to come down." I'm like, "Then why are you calling me, fool?" Shout out, Chino. And I go right down there, and look. If I know that I can sell $350 worth of cards for about 25 minutes of work, I'm gonna do that every time. Card game is doing well today. What's wrong? Do you want to get into the card game?
No.
Maybe you'll find passion there.
No. If you were getting a profit from the cards, then I would care more.
I get a good paycheck.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you do.
I get a decent paycheck.
You do. Sorry, I'm not gonna.
No, I get a decent paycheck, and I get the flexibility that a lot of people don't get in their jobs. I get to do pretty much what I want. I'm good with it. Yeah. I'm good with now. That being said, I'll always take another raise because I'm worth it. But crawl, walk, run.
Yeah.
Dave's Nation.
Your boss or nobody watches these videos because I feel like I do. Like,
oh, what? Yeah. You're an agent of chaos sometimes.
No, I just feel like I'm like pig. Anyways, let me stop.
Well, because I am a valuable asset. Because you don't like to tell me how much you think of me, but she thinks a lot of me. She thinks I'm worth.
What?
Yeah. You think I'm worth way more than I get paid. You think I am.
Yes,
a lot more
I do.
value
Yes, I do.
Because you think I'm freaking awesome.
I think that you put in so much. Like, I would have not showed up today. Like, did you get paid to show up today? No, you did not. So I wouldn't have showed up today. And this has nothing to do with, I've met your boss. Your boss seems like an amazing person.
The whole family.
Yeah, the whole family seems like great people, amazing people. But we're separating that here. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about...
She's rough, man.
What? I'm talking about money.
Yeah.
You need to be paid way much more, in my opinion.
Well,
and so that's that. That's how I feel about it. It's not going to change no matter how many smiles I see, no matter how nice anyone there is. It's not going to change.
Well, I do believe that...
I will come around more the moment I see you getting paid what I think you deserve.
Well, don't worry, because I think we're building to that day. So
okay.
Don't worry. Thank you for all your belief in me.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, if you guys have any videos that you'd like us to react to, feel free to send it to rudecustomerspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to be the second person to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, because our only review is getting lonely, but we appreciate that review. We love that review.
Well, we want another one. We're greedy.
Yes.
Multiply like bunnies.
All right, now our cringe is over. Any last words?
Thank you guys very much for joining us once again right here on the Rude Customers Podcast. Make sure you go check us out all over the interwebs, wherever audio files are found.
All right, I am Blossom.
And I'm Dave. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.